Yesterday was December 15th. It was a strange day. I went to an institution to take care of a few paperwork matters. I had no special intention, no plan to stay long. It looked like an ordinary task on an ordinary day. But there, I noticed something unusual. While people were talking, they looked straight into my eyes. They were really looking. Not a quick glance and retreat. They held eye contact, as if waiting for approval from somewhere. That stopped me, because most of the time, people avoid eye contact when they speak. They explain things quickly and want to be done with it. Here, it was the opposite. It felt as if they wanted someone to decide that what they were saying was right. Then the conversations deepened. I formed strong connections with each of them separately, but sincerely. I shared what I knew. I tried to help. No exaggeration, no decoration, only what I truly knew. And then something interesting happened. They all took my phone number. I saved theirs as well. I paused and thought about it. For nearly 6 months, I hadn't saved a single new number in my phone. My life had quietly narrowed without me noticing. And in one day, through a few conversations, that silence was broken. What was even stranger was this. Suddenly, I had become someone they trusted, someone they could ask for advice, call again, perhaps even let into their lives in some way. How did that happen? Is trust really built this easily? Do people open up like this without truly thinking about who the other person is, their past, their intentions? What if they had run into the wrong person? What if I wasn't the person they believed me to be? That thought left a faint chill inside me. Maybe people no longer look for the right person. Maybe when they find someone who listens, they assume that person is right. Eye contact, a calm voice, clear sentences. Sometimes these replace character itself. Yesterday, I thought this. Trust used to be something built over time. Now, sometimes, it's as short as a single conversation. And perhaps the most fragile thing in this age is not trusting others too easily, but surrendering to one's own instincts too quickly. December 15th made me think this. People want to trust, but sometimes they do so without knowing who they are trusting at all. That evening, as always, I opened my history notebook. On the page for December 15th, there was a single sentence. December 15th, 1791. The Bill of Rights of the United States was ratified. I paused for a moment, because I suddenly saw an unexpected connection between this sentence and the idea of trust I had been thinking about all day. The Bill of Rights was, in a way, the state speaking to its people. I don't trust you completely, so I will protect you with words. When people came together, they realized something essential. Good intentions alone were not enough to stand on. Trust had limits. And when those limits were not clearly drawn, power was always quietly abused. That is why rights were written down. Words were not enough. Eye contact was not enough. Goodwill was not enough. I thought about the people I had met earlier that day, the ones who took my number, trusted me, and placed me somewhere in their lives. If even governments felt the need to bind trust to documents, why do we surrender so easily after a single conversation? Maybe this is the paradox of modern life. We don't trust systems, but we trust people far too quickly. The Bill of Rights was not written with the assumption that people are good, but with the acceptance that people make mistakes. Yet, in daily life, we do the opposite. First, we trust. Then we get hurt. And then we ask, how did this happen? Maybe the problem is not trusting at all, but trusting at the wrong time. December 15th made me think this. Trust is not an emotional reflex. It is a structure tested over time. States understood this centuries ago. People are still trying to learn it. And in the margin of my notebook, I wrote, "Fast trust is not sincerity. Most of the time, it is a rushed response to loneliness." Then I closed the page.